For more on the hearing, I'm joined now by Mary C. Curtis. She's in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's an award-winning journalist and a columnist with the Roll Call newspaper. Sheryl Sandberg said during the hearing we were too slow to spot this and too slow to act. That's on us, of course, referring to the presidential election. But then she went on to say we're more determined than our opponents and we will keep fighting. That doesn't sound like we're winning, though. Should we be comforted by what she said?
Well, actually, she said that they're trying to make more efforts to solve this problem, as you said, in face of the midterm elections. They want to hire more folks to monitor all their traffic, and they also want to make some inroads in artificial intelligence to see if that can help the problem. But as you said, the Senate Intel Committee, those folks said that there was a lot more work to do. Both the chair, Richard Burr, Republican from North Carolina, and the ranking Democrat, Mark Warner of Virginia.
Mary, if you Google congressional testimony, I don't think anything is going to pop up. Obviously, Google elected to take a pass. They did not want to testify. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Well, you know, they didn't send their CEO. They did say that they would send someone to brief lawmakers, but they've been pretty much under the gun because, as you said, they say that there's some bias against conservatives in their search engines and their algorithms. But of course, these also are protected by the First Amendment. But there is going to be follow-up, and the Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who actually has been attacked by the president, has been very faithful about following up on his belief. And so he will be meeting with these Attorney General to see if there's truth to that. So it's very interesting that they have this threat of regulation over them because it has been pretty unregulated, and basically a lot of the Washington lawmakers are saying you're not doing enough to keep track of what is still an ongoing effort, not just by Russians, but by the Iranians to spread disinformation. And we already have such a polarized electorate here in the United States that this could cause even more turmoil.
Well, let's talk about another form of disinformation, and of course it's not coming from outside the United States, it's coming from inside. Alex Jones of InfoWars was there. He's concocted a number of conspiracy theories online. He confronted Senator Marco Rubio in the Senate hallway. He's been banned from these platforms for violating rules against harassment. In the House of Representatives, though, they had a hearing focused on allegations that these tech companies are biased against the right, and that was basically the point that he was trying to make in the hallway. But how do you balance this? I mean, you were talking about the First Amendment, and yet some of this disinformation, as I said, it's not just coming from outside the United States, it's coming from inside the U.S.
Yes, and we've seen a lot of conspiracy theories on Alex Jones, and some of them he's been really critiqued for, such as that the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax, and he's talked about that. And also the Pizzagate conspiracy that sent a gunman to this pizza parlor in Washington, D.C., looking for this ring, this sex ring, of course, that it was a conspiracy and there's no truth to it. So we've seen how actually this kind of disinformation can have real-life consequences. But he was at the hearing. He was, talking into his phone and doing filming, and as you said, confronted in a very combative way Senator Marco Rubio of Florida. So there'll have to be a way to somehow trust that these kind of conspiracies won't get spread. And we've seen how they can spread like wildfire.
Yeah, they sure can. Mary, thanks so much for joining us from Charlotte. Appreciate it.